What's up, Periscope, Twitter world? You got Corey Neese here, otherwise known as Coach Corey, going live on this beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon, I'd say, 6:26 on the East Coast. I'm going to wait a little bit for some people to join and hop on, and I really, hopefully this finds the right person if you're here and you actually vibe with the title. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but if you're a replay viewer, hopefully you watch this all the way to the end. If you need some tips for your home business, tips from a guy that used to work the crappy job, and if you're on, let me know. Show some hearts, tap the screen. Let me know, what's your business, what's your problems, how can I help? We got a couple people on, so let me know if you're on, where you tuning in from. I'm going to close the window actually really quick so that it is easier for you to hear me. But let's see, a couple people on. So I want to give you guys some tips quickly. If you're in a job, if you're in a situation that sucks, maybe you got to wake up really early every day. Like, I'm not a morning person, I'm a night owl. I get more energy at night. It's when I'm more productive. It's just my nature. It's the way my body's designed. I get more energy at night. So I've always hated school. I don't know if you can relate, but I've always really, let me kind of move this too so you can I've always not liked school, not liked having to always, let's say, answer to authority and that kind of stuff, because it's just not who I am. I'm supposed to be in charge. I'm supposed to be the leader, right? If you're that way too, where you don't like to just take orders all day, or you don't like to wake up at 6 in the morning to go to school to learn about stuff you don't like, then this is going to be a video that resonates with you. If you're working a job that you hate and you have to get up and do the same thing, and worse, you really don't get to have a lot of fun during the day, then this will really resonate with you too. So my biggest advice, I would say, to you replay viewers, who's ever watching, is you gotta use that pain. You really gotta, anytime I feel lazy or unmotivated, I try to go into the pain. I remember what it's like to be in an 18-inch tall attic, just like this tall. Excuse me. And then to crawl around that sucks. That's what I did in my last job I ever had, because I've been fully self-employed now for a year and a half, working from home, right? The last job that I ever had was a job that was dangerous and unhealthy, and there's a lot of pain in it every day. There's risks. If you're in a similar situation, you got to ask yourself, how much longer are you going to put up with this bullshit? I honestly believe that you got to life what you tolerate. And if you're just well, I'm okay with it, and you accept it, then you're going to continue to have this crappy job that you hate. But if you use that energy, that pain, because you're going to get energy from pain, and it can be moved to a better place, or it can make it worse or keep you stuck, which is basically the same as, a worse place is, I'd say, if you're in the same job doing the same thing today, 5 years from now, you're in a worse place, even though it's the same, right? It's the same, but to me, that's insanity. I think we're all meant to do bigger things with our lives than just do what pays the bills. I think we're supposed to do a whole lot more. So anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. Yeah, I appreciate the share, Tara. Awesome. So what I was talking about was, if you use that pain, if you go into it, if you figure out I have a calling that's greater than this crappy job that I'm working. I appreciate the hearts. It's awesome. Then you realize that what you're doing, you can get out of that. With me, I just up and left the job, put in my 2 weeks notice, figured out how to fly on my way down, jumped out, didn't have a parachute or anything, basically, figured out how to do it along the way. And it's because I had that kind of conviction, and you have to have that same thing. If you're building a business from home, you got to have that unstoppable, unshakable, undeniable, unbreakable belief. You have to have that mindset. You have to have that conviction that you can do anything you set your mind to, right? You can make any kind of sales, any kind of prospecting calls. You can do whatever it takes. You really have to have that mindset that you're unstoppable. And I think too, like I said, you gotta use that pain to push you to a better place. Use the pain to your gain. Use the pain to push you to greatness, like Eric Thomas says. Because I think when you do that and you realize that, like I've said, this is not what you're supposed to be doing, then you open your mind up to new opportunities and new possibilities. And you start saying, I no longer accept this. I'm worth more than $7 an hour. I'm worth more than $15 an hour, whatever it is. Like, you can work from home, control your income, make as much money as you want, set your own hours, create your own schedule, command your own fees, promote anything you want. There's no rules. Like, these are the benefits. Because you got to go from pain, and then you got to move to pleasure. Like, what's the gain? I can tell you, there's an infinite number of benefits of working from home. Set your own schedule. Time freedom. You can work when you want. You can build any kind of business you want. You can promote anything you want to do. So there's freedom of choice. You can promote anything you want to do. You can do something you're passionate about, something that you're natural, you have strengths around. If you're already spending time on things like Periscope, like right now, you're on Periscope, ask yourself, are you using Periscope to make money? Are you using Facebook Lives to make money, to provide for yourself, to provide for your family? You have to have that why. And that's a big part of it too, not to jump but all over the place. You have to have that why. Like, if you don't have that drive, you're never going to make it. Like, just being point blank. If you don't have that drive, like, my why was so strong because my pain was always so bad. I absolutely hated with everything the jobs that I was doing. Like, yeah, you try to find the good in it, be the best at what you're doing now, like, enjoy the present, but don't ignore the fact that you hate working at McDonald's. Don't ignore the fact that you hate shoveling manure or doing garbage routes or working on roofs that are steep and you could fall off and get hurt, or, doing things you're not supposed to do. Like, there's a lot of really hard, especially for men, hard blue-collar, physically demanding, back-breaking labor kind of jobs. There's a lot of jobs out there that suck, that are dangerous, that are unhealthy. Construction, people get killed. Like, you got to have that. Like, I'm safe. I'm in my apartment. I'm here. I'm safe. Like, I'm inside. The sun's out. It's shining. I get to use Periscope. I get to use social media. I get to use YouTube. I get to use Twitter to make a full-time income from home. I use Twitter to make a full-time income from home. At my old job, it was you have to do certain tasks to get paid, but the tasks sucked. So you get to choose, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, you got to ask yourself. You got to be committed. You got to be serious. If you're not serious, if you're not committed, it just doesn't matter. You might as well just, not even try. Like, honestly, like, I think everybody has their own purpose and path in life, but not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur. But if you feel like to the core of your spirit that you are, like, you're supposed to have freedom, you're supposed to be able to travel and make your own schedule, create financial freedom, time freedom, make however much money you want to make, work whenever you want, control the hours. If all of those benefits are worth it to you and the pain of where you're at is strong enough to motivate you to do something, to spend money, to invest in a coach, to hire a mentor, to get training, to work overtime, like, put in hours after you get off. If you have a strong enough mission, like a calling to do it,